Alright, update for JASMY. It is going to be a quick one today because, as you can imagine, it has been a very boring 4 days worth of price action. I just made a video on ELON and I said pretty much the same thing. A lot of the markets that we cover today are just trending sideways. They're just doing absolutely nothing. They're either trending down, sideways, or a bit of both. If we look at JASMY today, how much is JASMY down? If we pull it up here, you can see it's only down 1%, which is what I mean. Like we really haven't been doing too much, so I will run through it quickly. But like I said, you know, we're still down on our last legs. Nothing's really changed. If we look at the volume, we've got a lot of volume coming in today, which is quite worrying. I don't know why this open is all the way up here, because that doesn't make sense. You know, it wouldn't make sense for it to open up here, but nonetheless, we've got a weird glitch on the Bittrex chart on the daily. I think we opened here at 1826 and we're down about 1% as of the time of recording. So, you know, we're really just hovering to the side. On the 4 hour, you can see we recently tried to come in to your 4 hourly EMA ribbons and we just got completely rejected from them. So tiny bit of volume stepped in as we did bounce from this region, but yeah, we're really just kind of sticking around this this absolute death level for JASMY. And I talked about this before. You know, JASMY does not have that much support floor built below it. I think we could probably draw, you know, 1786 that we've already got. Yeah, your 786 is this orange line down here. So this orange line that you can see we're literally just hovering on right now, this is your last line in the sand, and it's quite worrying how we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wicks below the bottom of the set of the absolute lowest 786 Fibonacci. So I'm really hoping that JASMY does manage to have a bounce at some point and manages to get above this 1.8 cent region and have a solid impulse. I talked about this in my ELON video as well. A lot of the markets are just going to be extremely boring until we've got the Fed meeting. So I'm going to mark this. If you're new to my channel, we have the next Federal Reserve meeting between the 3rd and the 4th of May. My theory, my hypothesis is that markets get scared coming into the Fed meetings. We always trend down / sideways coming into these Fed meetings, and it's a hypothesis backed by data that I have lived through. I've been in the markets for a very long time. I've been trading crypto for a very long time, but specifically for the past year, since all this quantitative easing BS has been going on, all of these Fed meetings carry so much more weight because everyone's so interested in the inflation rate, or you know, there's so many different factors going on right now. Everyone is interested in the interest rates, the inflation rate. People panic coming into these Fed meetings, and that's why we're seeing such mundane, boring, lollygagger price action in the charts. It is just going to be boring until the 4th, in my opinion. Now, if you asked me what I think is going to go on, I really do just think we're going to be setting up for some chop. Maybe it's going to be slightly to the downside. Maybe we could even put a daily close below this region, come down to 1.7. But we absolutely need to get out of here ASAP. You know that I'm currently not in a JASMY trade. We got in on our JASMY trade here at 1.8 cent the last time we did, and I believe we rode it up to 1.9. Yeah, this was when our stop loss stopped us out. We initially carried all the way up here. We didn't pull profits. We had a stop loss down here. The market's turned sour on us. It is what it is. At least we walked away with a profit. So I'm still looking to play that next JASMY position from a position of strength. But there's no point in running into every potential trade you can see. You can see, you know, bearish momentum is kind of sticking there. So this could get uglier before it gets more attractive for investors. So I would definitely be sitting on the sidelines until the Fed meeting. Like I said, you know, successful traders do not take every trade they see. They take the ones that they believe have the highest risk to reward ratio, and at this moment in time, I don't think DCAing at this region makes sense. So I would definitely be sitting on the sidelines for this one. I'm hoping JASMY starts to warm up in a bit, but it's not looking good. We're making lower lows, we're making lower highs. Every day or so, we try and come into these 4 hourly EMAs, and we get a new rejection from a lower low, which normally initiates the next leg to the downside. And it was only recently, the past 12 hours, we came back and retested your 4 hourly EMAs. To be honest, we did make new lows, so technically the lower low, lower high structure is still valid, but you know, I would be assuming that a little bit more of a leg to the downside could be in play. So either way, I believe confidence will return in the markets after the Fed meeting. Whether that means that JASMY is going to pump before it and then we can get in after the Fed meeting if we see continuation, or whether that means JASMY is going to come down to some lower levels before being saved by the Fed meeting. You know, it's yet to be seen. Like I say, I don't have my crystal ball. It broke, unfortunately, so we will just be running off what the charts say. And as of now, the charts are not telling me that there's a bottom nearby. When we were here, we saw a very, very nice bottoming structure. I really don't want to go into, you know, every single thing, but, you know, we kind of were Wing out. We made a higher low. We started getting continuation. We got volume to support it. We got lots of volume around these regions, but we're not seeing anything like that right now. You know, this is not, or, you know, I mean, this is not the W that I want to see. This is not the bottoming signal that I want to see whatsoever. And as far as I can see, we've only just been recently rejected from the 4-hourly EMAs. So I think everyone needs to cool their horses, relax for the next 2 days. Like I said, it's going to be a boring 2 days coming into this Fed meeting. I imagine it will get much more exciting after the Fed meeting's done, but until then, it's going to be chop time. So that's all I've got for JASMY. Don't see any trades at this moment in time. I will update you when we do something, but it's looking very boring. Expect downwards to sideways action. Very, very mundane stuff for the next day or so. That's all I've got. Cowboy out, not financial advice. And as always, peace.